the 2nd of June 2025. Islamabad, Pakistan. In a quiet residential neighborhood, police rushed toward a home after reports of gunfire. Inside the house, they found 17-year-old influencer and medical student Sana Yousaf lying on the floor. She had been shot at close range. The suspect was not a stranger. It was a man who had been following her online, a man who refused to accept rejection. But what investigators would soon discover about his obsession would make the case even more disturbing. To understand how this tragedy unfolded, we have to travel hundreds of kilometers north into the mountains of Chitral. Upper Chitral, northern Pakistan. A remote region surrounded by towering mountains and deep valleys. This was the birthplace of Syed Sana Yusuf Shah, known online as Sana Yousaf. Born in 2008, Sana grew up in a community rich with culture and tradition. By the time she reached her teenage years, she had built an online following of more than 700,000 people. But her content wasn't built on controversy or internet drama. Instead, Sana used her platform to showcase the folk music, culture, and traditions of the Chitral Valley. Offline, she was pursuing another dream. She had just begun studying medicine, hoping one day to become a doctor and help her community. According to her father, a respected social worker, Sana often used her online earnings to support people in need. To many followers, she was simply a young woman sharing her culture with the world. But in the digital world, attention can attract more than just fans. Sometimes, it attracts obsession. Among Sana's audience was a 22-year-old man named Umar Hayat. At first, he was just another follower in a sea of thousands. But investigators say his attention quickly became something else. Hayat began contacting Sana repeatedly. He attempted to build a romantic connection with her. But Sana rejected him. Not once, but several times. For Sana, the message was simple. She was focused on her studies and her future. But for Hayat, rejection didn't mean moving on. It meant trying harder. In many criminal investigations, authorities notice a dangerous pattern. What begins as admiration can slowly evolve into fixation, and fixation can evolve into stalking. And in this case, the digital obsession was about to enter the real world. Islamabad, Pakistan, nearly 350 kilometers south of Chitral, the capital city was where Sana had moved to continue her education. For her, it was the beginning of a new chapter. But someone from her online life had not let go. On the 2nd of June 2025, Sana was at home in Sector G13-1. Most of her family members were away that afternoon. The house was quiet, but someone else had arrived. Police later reported that Umar Hayat entered the residence. What happened next would end Sana's life in seconds. Investigators described the attack as cold-blooded and deliberate. Fueled by anger and rejection, Hayat opened fire. Sana Yousaf, just days after celebrating her 17th birthday, was shot at close range. The motive was devastatingly simple. A man who could not accept the word no. But the crime was only the beginning. Within minutes of the shooting, the suspect disappeared, and a manhunt had begun. After the attack, Hayat fled Islamabad. Authorities say he traveled south toward Faisalabad, one of Pakistan's largest and most crowded cities. His plan was likely simple: disappear into the dense population and avoid detection. But the digital world that had connected him to Sana would ultimately betray him. Working alongside the capital city police, investigators analyzed cellular data and CCTV footage. Piece by piece, they reconstructed his escape route. Within 48 hours, the search was over. Umar Hayat was located and arrested in Faisalabad. He was transported back to Islamabad to face charges for the murder of Sana Yousaf. News of Sana's death spread quickly across Pakistan. The case triggered public outrage, protests, and national conversations about digital harassment and stalking. For many people, Sana represented a generation of young creators using social media to share culture, ideas, and identity. Her murder exposed the darker side of online visibility, the danger that can arise when admiration turns into obsession. Sana Yousaf wanted to become a doctor. She dreamed of saving lives. Instead, her story became a powerful warning, a reminder that rejection should never lead to violence, and that obsession can turn deadly when someone refuses to accept the word no.